If you're trying to list a product on Amazon, you're definitely going to see this error when you try to list a new product under a new brand for your next Amazon FBA private label business, right? So this error has been popping quite a lot in the last 5-6 months. I first saw this coming up in January when I was trying to list my fresh brand under a new product. And since then, now Amazon has kind of gotten strict about this, and they are probably just putting this out as a blocker to everybody who's trying to list a product on Amazon. So in this video, we are going to be looking at what exactly is the error 5665. What are the myths around it? I want you to avoid all the myths that people are talking about, and there are a lot of them, right? Just avoid all the myths. How can you navigate forward through the error 5665, and what can you expect from Amazon as a response for you to get a green signal to move forward with your new brand and your new product and your new fresh Amazon FBA business, all right? Starting with myth number one, you cannot list products on Amazon anymore. All right. So that is a complete lie. Okay. That is a complete myth. If anybody tells you that, hey, it's not possible for you to sell on Amazon anymore under your own private label brands, just tell them that you need to start doing some good research. Myth number two, you need trademark registered brand to sell on Amazon. All right. That is also a big lie. That is not required, which I will walk you through in the future slide and tell you exactly how can you navigate through the error code 5665 without actually having a trademark for your brand. Myth number three, you need to have brand registry done for your brand to sell on Amazon or to list your products on Amazon. All right. That is also not true. And Amazon nowhere is trying to enforce you the fact that, hey, you have to go through brand registry to sell products under your own made up private label brands in the future. So that is a complete myth. Myth number four, you need special approvals to sell on Amazon going forward. All right. There is no special approval required, by the way. The only thing that you need to do is follow a process to get your new brand approved, and that is it. There is no special requirements. If anybody tries to charge you for this, just tell them to get lost.
Alright, hey folks, I was just editing this video, and just to avoid a piece of confusion, I wanted to add this bit in as well, which is when I say that you don't require any special approval to list products, it means that for the ungated category, okay? For the gated categories, of course, you require special permissions, and don't just mix those up or get confused, okay? So that is what I mean. I just wanted to be clear with that.
Myth number five, you must have a GS1 code to list a product on Amazon. All right. So that is not completely true, at least on the day I'm making this video, which is June 30th, 2020. So as of today, it is not a mandatory requirement that you have to have a GS1 barcode. Okay. You can still procure your barcode from a reseller like Nationwide's barcode. I only use that, and I recommend only that third-party seller. So yeah, I cannot vouch for all the other resellers, but Nationwide barcode should be fine, and it's not really required to have a GS1 barcode. Okay, there's no hard rule for it. So let's move forward and figure out how do you list a product on Amazon. Step number one, of course, is to get a barcode. You can get it from GS1 by registering your company, getting a GS1 barcode, which is the official authority which issues barcode across the planet, or you can just use Nationwide barcode and get the barcodes which they have procured from GS1 a long time ago. All right, hey, a quick break. If you have watched the video this far, I believe you're getting some value. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel before you leave, and also, once you finish this video, do check out the 5-day product research workshop that I'm hosting, in which I work with you for 5 days without using any paid software and help you figure out the product research journey and get you going. If you're interested, also consider signing up for it. It costs you almost nothing. I will see you in there. And now let's get back to the video. Step number two, you can list products as expected on Amazon. Okay, just follow the steps that I will be showing you, and that is the way you are going to be able to list products on Amazon going forward. So step one is, of course, obviously, to hover over your inventory tab, which you see right over here, and click on add a product. When you click on that, you will land up on a page which looks somewhat like this, as you can see on my right. So what you need to do when you have to create a private label product is to click on I am adding a product not sold on Amazon. Okay, so that is the option that you need to click on. When you do that, you will have to choose a category for your product, as you can see in the step 3 right here. And once you do that, you will land upon this listing creation page, which you see right over here, wherein you have to enter your product name, brand name, manufacturer, your offer price, and also provide a product ID to Amazon. Now, what will happen is, as soon as you enter the UPC code on this page, and once Amazon realizes that, hey, this is a new UPC code and the brand name does not really exist on the system, what will happen is that you will see an error on the screen. But before I talk about the error, I want to also tell you all to avoid this really sick mistake and a hack that people were trying to kind of use since the last couple of months. So do not use NA or N/A or generic as your brand name. Okay, people were kind of talking about the strategy to kind of use any one of these keywords to save your listing and then request Amazon to update it later on. Okay, but that is a hack. That is not the legit way to kind of move forward and register your product or your brand on Amazon. So don't do that. Okay, it's not advised. It is a hack. People have been playing around with this, but Amazon has obviously tightened their screws and checkpoints. So now I don't think NA or N/A or N.A, all those things work anymore. Okay, so just avoid that. Follow the right method to list your product and new brand. All right, so you will see this error as soon as you enter the UPC barcode. That is what I saw happening with me. Sometimes this might pop up when you try to hit save. So it could be either way around, but the error is what you see over here on my screen, which says Amazon must approve your brand before you can use it to list products. Brands should be registered through brand registry, but if your brand, okay, so this is the important part. But if your brand is not eligible for brand registry, you can obtain an exception by contacting seller support and mentioning error code 5665. So Amazon clearly states here that you don't need to have a brand registry. Okay, that is not an absolute requirement. Okay, you can still apply for an exemption, right? When contacting seller support, provide the following information: the brand name used when creating your listing, images of the product and packaging showing branding on either, basically both of them. The images can show the product and packaging held in hand or placed on a table. It's advisable. It's advised to do both of it. All right. The branding must be permanently affixed. Okay, that is an important statement, and we will get to it very soon. If using inventory file templates, okay, you can totally avoid this statement. I don't think a lot of you might be using inventory file templates. So if you do, let me know. We can figure it out together. Right. So what do you do when you are stuck with this error? How do you proceed forward? How do you go ahead and list your brand and your fresh product? Here are the steps to move forward, and this is exactly what you need to do, right? First of all, you need to understand what is 5665 error, and Amazon gives you a link to this page wherein you click. Once you click on that link, you will probably land on this page which has this table, and I've taken a screenshot of this table which I will read out to you right now. Amazon must approve your brand before you can use it to list your products. This is exactly the same text that was mentioned. Okay, so this is exactly the same text that you see in the error itself. Now let's pay attention to the requested information column, which says the brand name used when creating a listing is what they need. Images of the product and packaging showing the branding on either, which is again the same text. So yeah, basically Amazon is now asking you to prove them that, hey, I have a product with this brand. This is a real brand. I'm not trying to rip any other seller off. And hey, this is my proof. Okay, so that is what you need to do. Now pay attention to this part, which is very important, which I've taken out from the FAQ section on this page, which says, so the first question on the screen, as you can see, is what does permanently affixed brand mean? A brand name printed on a packaging would be considered permanently affixed. A sticker would not be considered permanently affixed branding, as it can be added after production. So Amazon expects you to have a permanently affixed branding, which means that either your brand name should be printed on the packaging or it should be part of the product itself in a way that it doesn't seem like it can be pulled out of the product. Okay, so that is a critical piece of information. If a product or a packaging does not have any branding, the brand value should be generic. Okay, so your product brand should be generic only if you are selling a product which has no brand at all. Okay, if you are trying to list your product as a generic brand product but you want to get it changed later on, that is a very difficult process. I would advise you to just stick to this plan and stick to this route to getting your products listed in a very legit manner. Okay, some of the products cannot be permanently affixed, like furniture or jewelry, right? So some of the products like jewelry or furniture cannot have like the brand printed on it, because obviously you wouldn't want to sit on a couch which has the brand name on it, right? In these cases, the packaging must show evidence of the brand being permanently affixed upon it. Okay, so in that case, you need to have a packaging which has the brand name and everything printed on it. It should not be a sticker on a simple makeshift sort of box. Okay, other products like phone cases or clothing can have branding on the products themselves. Okay, like as in the tag of the product if you are selling a t-shirt or something. Now, before you reach out to Amazon and send them an email with the subject of error code 5665 and a request to kind of give you the authority or the rights to list a product under the brand name that you want to list it with, you need to ensure that you have the proof of your brand. Okay, the proof of your brand for your product, which is what we just discussed in the previous slide. Okay, which means you need to have a ready sample with your brand permanently affixed on the brand, and you need to avoid having stickers of any kind. Okay, take pictures of the product and packaging. Different angle shots over a clean surface is what you need. You also need to take a close-up shot of your product wherein you can clearly kind of convey to Amazon by that picture that, hey, my brand is not like my brand name is not a sticker, it's a real brand which is actually affixed on the product or the packaging. Okay, and you need to also take some shots with yourself or somebody holding your product in the hand, okay, so that it feels like it's a real photo, it's taken in real time, it's not Photoshop, all right? And you need to avoid having any sort of stickers or hacks, okay? Hacks are not the best way to run a business, so just don't use any hacks, just avoid them completely.
Right, on this slide, I would like to add one more piece of information, which is not, confirmed by Amazon. So there is a bit of a mix about this, that you also need a brand website or your website live, which also has a product listed over there, right? So that is of course a plus, but as of now, Amazon is not expecting you to provide that as a piece of information, okay? And that is why it wasn't mentioned on the screenshot that we just saw, right? So don't worry about it. If you don't have the website, just try without the website. Of course, having a website is a plus.
Once you have all those things, what you need to do is you need to write an email to seller support. You can do that by creating a fresh case from the help section and mention error code 5665 as your subject, okay? When you do, and after that, in the body of the email, mention the brand name, mention that, hey, you want to list your products under this brand, tell them that, hey, I've attached all the necessary proofs and documents and proofs of the fact that I own this brand and I have products under this brand. And don't forget to attach your files, or which is your pictures and things like that, but only use JPG or PDF format. Avoid using any PNG format files. After that, you just need to be a bit patient. You need to wait for Amazon to respond to you, but of course you can always reach out to them and kind of trouble them by constantly reminding them every third day or every second day. It is completely fine. Amazon does not penalize you for reaching out to them very frequently, okay? So that is a myth as well. If anybody tells you that, just tell them that that's not right, because I've been dealing with Amazon and cases. I've been having issues with Amazon for the past 2.5, 3 years, and the only way and the only thing that I've seen to work every time is consistent persuasion to help them, to kind of remind them to fix and help you out, all right? So yeah, this is exactly how you need to navigate through. Once you have the response from Amazon, which is what we will see right away, then you can go ahead and list your product and create your listing properly without any error code showing up on your screen. So what is the message that Amazon would send you when they approve your brand, right? So this is exactly what you will get in your email, which will say something like, hey, hello, from Amazon Selling Partner Support. Thank you for selling on Amazon. We have completed our review and concluded that your use of the XYZ brand adheres to the brand name policy in that URL, as we saw from in the screenshots, exactly that screen. You can now create a new ASIN using the brand name, whatever the brand name was. As a reminder, any product that you list under brand name must be authentic. Must be an authentic product. So obviously Amazon does not want you to rip off any of the seller or hijack some other listing, right? So that is exactly what you will see on Amazon. I hope this guide helped you all. I hope this kind of gave you the insight about what can you do and how can you list products going forward on Amazon with the error code 5665 issue, right? So thank you so much for watching it through till the end. All right, like this video, share this video, subscribe if you are on my YouTube channel. But yeah, that's what it is. Thank you so much for being an amazing audience, and let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have gone through this and what worked for you, right, in the comments.